Hi, everyone, and a big welcome back to the Confident Speaking Podcast. I'm Sophia, and it's great to have you with me today. Thank you for tuning in and sharing part of your day with me, if it's your morning, your afternoon, or your night. I really appreciate you being here. It shows you want to learn and improve, and I want to thank you for not giving up on your goals. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you ever get the feeling that your English is stuck? That it just isn't improving no matter how much effort you put in? Perhaps you're watching countless videos or trying to memorize endless lists of words. But when the moment comes to actually speak, the words don't come out and you find yourself frozen. If this sounds familiar, please know that you are not the only one feeling this way. The reality of language learning is not what most people think. You don't actually need to dedicate hours upon hours to studying English every single day. You don't have to relocate to America or the UK, and you certainly don't require a native speaker to be by your side every time. What you truly need is a set of intelligent, straightforward, and repeatable daily routines that can genuinely integrate into your busy schedule. And in this session, I am going to show you exactly how you can practice your English on a daily basis. Even if you have a demanding life, even if you feel shy, and even if you are not living in an English speaking country. By the time we're finished, you will have a clear step by step plan designed to help you speak more naturally without the constant need to translate inside your head. This plan will help you boost your confidence so you no longer freeze up in the middle of a conversation. It will also allow you to enhance your listening comprehension and pronunciation simultaneously. And most importantly, you will learn how to make English a seamless and natural part of your daily existence. So, if you have ever asked yourself, how can I practice English every day without wasting my precious time? Then stay with me until the very end. This discussion has the potential to completely transform your approach to learning English. Let's begin with a crucial point. The single greatest mistake that English learners often make is believing that the only way to learn English is by studying complex grammar rules or memorizing long lists of vocabulary. However, the path to fluency looks very different in reality. True fluency emerges from the daily application of English in small, intelligent, and consistent ways. Just think about it for a moment. When a young child is learning their native language, do they sit down with grammar books? Do they try to cram lists of words into their memory? Of course they don't. They learn by listening, by copying the sounds they hear, and by speaking. Gradually and organically, they become fluent. This is precisely the mindset you should adopt for your English learning journey. And today, I will guide you through how to achieve this, one step at a time. Step 1. Listen to English every day. The first and most fundamental step is listening. Listening is truly the foundation upon which your speaking skills are built. If your goal is to speak English well, you must first train your ears. When you make listening a daily habit, your brain begins to automatically pick up on the sounds, words, and sentence structures of the language. Now you might be thinking, but I can't understand everything I hear in English. Does it still make sense for me to listen? The answer to that question is a definitive yes. Absolutely, this is because the goal of listening isn't just about understanding every single word that is spoken. It's about conditioning your brain to become accustomed to the unique rhythm, the melody, and the natural flow of spoken English. Here is how you can make this practice simple and enjoyable. Begin with content that you genuinely find interesting. This could be short podcasts on a topic you love, entertaining YouTube videos, English songs, or even news bulletins designed for learners. You don't need to stress about achieving 100% comprehension. Even if you only grasp 30 to 50% of what's being said, your brain is actively learning and absorbing the language. Turn English into the soundtrack of your life. You can play it in the background while you're walking, cooking, cleaning your house, exercising, or even as you are winding down before bed. Remember, committing just 10 to 15 minutes each day to this practice can yield significant results. The most important factor is consistency. The more you expose yourself to listening, the more natural and familiar English will begin to feel to you. Step 2. Shadowing. Speak while you listen. Listening is a powerful tool, but if listening is all you do, your ability to speak will likely remain underdeveloped. This brings us to our next crucial step: shadowing. Shadowing is the technique of repeating exactly what you hear as you hear it. The method is quite simple. You listen to a sentence in English, and you immediately repeat it, mimicking the same speed, tone, and rhythm of the original speaker. The key is not to pause and not to translate in your mind. Your goal is to simply copy the sounds you hear, just like an echo. Let's try a short practice session right now. Repeat this sentence after me. I want to improve my English every day. Let's say it again. I want to improve my English every day. Now, try this one. I listen carefully and repeat confidently. Again, I listen carefully and repeat confidently. And one more. Shadowing helps me speak naturally. Let's repeat that. Shadowing helps me speak naturally. When you first start, this technique might feel a bit awkward or even challenging. You might not understand every single word you are saying, and that is completely fine. The purpose of shadowing is not to test your comprehension. Instead, it's a physical exercise designed to train your brain and your mouth to collaborate effectively in English. By practicing this daily, even for just 5 minutes, you will notice your fluency improving more rapidly. Your pronunciation will become much clearer, and you'll begin to feel a greater sense of confidence when you use English. Step 3. Think in English. One of the most significant obstacles to achieving fluency is the habit of mental translation. Many learners first construct a thought in their native language, then attempt to translate that thought into English, and only then do they try to speak it. The problem is, by the time this entire process is complete, the conversation has often already moved on. To become a truly fluent speaker, it is essential that you break this habit of translating and begin to think directly in English. But how can you start doing that? The key is to begin with small, manageable steps. Here is a simple method to get you started. Begin with short, simple thoughts. For instance, when you wake up, think to yourself, "It's morning, I need tea." Look outside and think, "The weather is hot." As you move through your day, make a conscious effort to describe simple actions and feelings in your mind using English. You might think, "I am working," or "I feel tired. I want to rest." Initially, this process might feel slow and deliberate. However, with consistent practice, your brain will become more accustomed to forming thoughts directly in English. There will be no translation, and therefore, no delay. And once you begin to think in English, the act of speaking becomes dramatically easier and faster. As you get more comfortable, you can start saying these thoughts quietly to yourself, almost like having a personal internal conversation. This daily habit will effectively rewire your brain for English, one thought at a time. Step 4. Read aloud. While silent reading is certainly beneficial if you genuinely want to speak with fluency, you must incorporate the practice of reading aloud into your routine. Why is this so important? Because when you read out loud, you are engaging in three powerful actions simultaneously. First, your mouth is physically learning the shapes and movements required to produce English words and sounds. Second, your ears are hearing your own voice producing the English language, which reinforces your learning. And third, your brain strengthens the connection between written words and spoken ideas, increasing its processing speed. You can think of it as a workout for your voice. If you desire strong muscles, you must exercise them daily. In the same way, if you want a strong and confident English voice, you must exercise your speaking muscles. Here is a simple and effective routine for reading aloud. First, select a short piece of text. It could be a children's story, a brief news article, or even the subtitles from a video you've watched. In the first step, read the text slowly and clearly, paying close attention to correct pronunciation. For the second step, read it again, but this time, increase your speed slightly, focusing more on the natural rhythm and flow of the sentences. In the third and final step, read it one more time, but now with expression, as if you were an actor performing. Imagine you are telling this story to a friend and try to convey the emotion behind the words. This practice will not only refine your pronunciation, but will also give your confidence a significant boost. Before long, you will start to notice that your voice sounds smoother and more natural whenever you speak English. Step 5. Make English part of your daily life. We now arrive at the most transformative step of all. The goal is to stop treating English as a subject you merely study and start treating it as something you live with. When English is woven into the fabric of your everyday life, the learning process will no longer feel like a chore or homework. It will become effortless and natural. Here are a few simple yet powerful strategies to achieve this. First, change the language settings on your phone to English. Think about how many dozens of times you look at your phone each day. If your phone's interface is in English, you will be constantly exposed to English words like update, settings, download, delete, and brightness. You won't even have to consciously try to learn these words. Seeing them repeatedly throughout the day will help them stick in your memory. This powerful technique is known as passive learning, and it truly works like magic. Second, keep a short English diary. Each night before bed, take just a few minutes to write 3 simple sentences about your day. For example, today I went to work, I met my friend, in the evening I watched a short English video. This habit takes less than 5 minutes, but provides you with consistent daily writing practice. Over time, you will see your grammar and vocabulary improve in a very natural way. Third, record a 1-minute voice note each day. At the end of the day, take out your phone and record yourself speaking in English for just 1 minute. You can talk about your day, your plans for tomorrow, or even how you are feeling. Don't worry about making mistakes, as no one else ever has to listen to it. This exercise is purely for your own benefit. As you listen back to your recordings, you will become more aware of your pronunciation, your grammar, and the common errors you make. This self-awareness is the first step toward correcting those mistakes and building real confidence. Fourth, find and join an English-speaking community online. You don't need to wait for a formal classroom setting to practice. You can join a WhatsApp group, a Telegram channel, or an online forum dedicated to English learners. Even just reading the messages sent by other people provides valuable exposure to the language. And when you feel ready to send short text messages or voice notes, you will be engaging in authentic communication. And fifth, use short-form videos for active practice. Social media platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts are filled with short, accessible English content. Instead of passively watching them just for entertainment, you can turn them into powerful learning tools. Watch a short video, pause it, and then repeat the sentences you just heard. Make an effort to copy the speaker's tone, rhythm, and expression. Even a clip that is only 20 seconds long can provide you with an intense and effective practice session. Remember, achieving fluency isn't about one massive study session followed by a week of inactivity. Fluency is the result of small, consistent habits that you repeat every single day. 10 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of shadowing, a few brief thoughts in English, reading a short text aloud, and writing 3 sentences in a diary. These actions may seem minor on their own, but when combined, they build powerful and lasting habits. And it is those strong habits that ultimately create fluent, confident speakers of English. So, this is my message to you today. Do not wait for the perfect time to start. Don't wait until you feel completely ready. Begin today with just one of these small habits. Because every time you listen, every time you shadow, and every time you think in English, you are taking one more step on your journey toward fluency. Now, I have a question for you. Which of these 5 steps are you going to start implementing today? Please let me know in the comments below. I would genuinely love to hear from you. And if you found this session valuable, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because I will be sharing many more practical tips to help you speak English with confidence and naturalness. Always remember, don't just study English, live English. That is the true secret to achieving fluency. I'll see you in the next session.